will call this meeting of the Grafton IT Committee to order at 7:02 p.m. And I will note for the record that Alan Baker, our fifth member, has emailed, and I think you all probably saw his email, that he's tied up at work and so unlikely to be able to attend this meeting. I'll also note for everybody's benefit that our town administrator, Evan, would normally have been attending this meeting. He and William have been switching off, but he said that he's unable to make the meeting tonight. When we get to that point in the agenda, I'll pass on what little he informed me. So without further ado, I will call a roll of everybody. Amar Clark.
Here.
Bob Hassinger.
I'm here.
Bob Carroll.
Here.
And Dave Robbins is here. So our first agenda item, as always, is public input. If we have any members of the public who would like to speak to this committee regarding something that's not already on the agenda, now would be the time to raise hands. And I see a hand raised.
I'm a member of the public. I've been with this meeting for Monday. I've been trying to go through, on the website, find out how to submit stuff and do all that. And my head hurts just because of part of the way they're trying to build the site. So anyway, my head hurts. Information sent. You remember that term? Yeah, I think you do, Dave.
Yes, I'm quite familiar with it.
Yes. I think that was my problem in this case. There's
So what's the meeting for Monday, Bob? What is the meeting for Monday? Planning board?
Oh, cable.
Cable. Okay.
Yeah. The chair, I'm vice chair this year. The chair is sick. And so I was handed that. I haven't put a meeting agenda out in a long time. When I was chair on planning board, the staff takes care of it.
Yeah.
Dave takes care of this one. Anyway.
Okay.
My head hurt.
We do have a member of the public who has a hand raised.
Oh,
I believe, Nancy, I've enabled you to talk, so fire away, as it were.
Hi, I just have a quick question of the IT committee tonight. Thank you. I was watching the Board of Registrars meeting earlier today at 10 a.m. and Dan Fitzgerald brought up that at the last town meeting, someone claimed to have lost their clicker and had to have their clicker replaced. And I was wondering if the clicker is accounted for or is it still missing, is my question for you. And you don't have to answer it tonight, it's just my question.
Yep. I can't speak with certainty, but to my knowledge, clickers generally have been turned in at the end. But I do believe that the town clerk's office has possession of the clickers, and I don't know whether they take an inventory after the meeting to make sure that they're all there. But they would probably be the people who would know whether any clicker has been permanently lost.
Okay, I was just concerned also because of they were questioning the policy because somebody lost their clicker mid-town meeting and supposedly went and requested and received another clicker. And I was just wondering, was the first one turned in? Was it found? Is it gone? What's the inventory? I asked Candy. She refused to acknowledge or respond to my questions in her meeting. So I'm asking you, and then I'm done. Thank you.
Okay. We'll see. I'll make a note of that, and we'll see if we can follow up on that. As they said, by and large, the policy regarding the clickers is between the town administrator's office and the town clerk's office.
yeah. I guess it'd be interesting to know a bit more about that process. Can they tell which one is missing without clicking every one of them? And can they tell who it was issued to? Because at one time, I think at the beginning, I think we did know who they were issued to. And can that clicker be excluded from vote count?
Yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure that there is no means of excluding a specific clicker from the vote count. Well, I shouldn't say that. The system has some capabilities in that direction, but the way we use it at town meeting, I rather doubt that we could exclude any particular clicker number. And yes, Bob, you are remembering correctly that once upon a time, when the voter registrations were on paper, when we checked in by checking off on paper, for the first couple of years, at least, when we started using the clickers, we would write down the clicker, the checkers would write down the clicker number next to the name of the voter, with the idea of, if clickers don't get returned, we know who to go after. That practice no longer exists, partly because we're not using those papers anymore, so we don't have a convenient way to write it down. But I think maybe after several town meetings where we didn't lose any clickers, it just seemed to be an extra effort that didn't buy us anything. But as of today, we do not have the ability to easily record who got which clicker. That I know.
It seems like a problem to me. Now, I missed all the lovely meeting today that Nancy is talking about. I only saw vestiges of it on Facebook. But I could see why there maybe meeting doesn't have to recognize people public to speak. But I think somewhere we ought to find out, you know, we're supposed to have something to say about security and all of that. And so maybe we should try to find out a little bit about this. And,
Yep.
you know, are we going to have, we've come down to one vote. And if, you know, be in court about the integrity of our vote.
Yep. Well, we'll make a note of that, and we'll, as a committee, it sounds like we'll be interested in following up on that.
Yes.
So good. Okay. Well, thank you, Nancy. And is that it for public input? Moving on to our next agenda item then, update from the town administrator. Bob Carroll, you have your hand up? Or you just?
No. No, sir.
Okay. All right, update from town administrator. Evan had, how did he put it? Yeah, Evan said he is unfortunately unavailable to attend the meeting tonight, but then he said there are not many updates since last month, as we are mostly preoccupied with the budget and budget book. The tech side of the house continues to plod along, Evan's word, plod along, with general advances made each week, but nothing beyond the day-to-day operational level. So that is the sum total of the town administrator's report for this meeting. Anything that we wanted to feed back to Evan on right now? If not,
I think I'm good. I do think that we should continue to follow up on some of the feedback on the website the next time that we're able to
Yep.
speak with.
Yeah, well,
The
Evan
TA's
and
office.
William, right, Evan and William have been taking turns attending this meeting, this committee's meeting, and next month will be William's turn, and the website is William's baby primarily, so.
Yeah.
Yes, I think we can be prepared to discuss and comment on the website at the next meeting.
Good, thank you.
So with that, we'll move on to the next agenda item, which is to review the committee's 2022 annual report. I sent out a draft of the report to you all a few days ago. The report was actually due to the TA's office yesterday, but they normally give us a grace period of a few days. But I kind of promised Cindy that we'd have the report into them tomorrow. So any comments, anything that you'd like to, that we need to update or change in the report?
Move we submitted as drafted.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded that the IT Committee Annual Report be submitted as drafted. Is there any discussion of the motion? Hearing none, we'll put this to a roll call vote. Amar Clark,
Aye.
Bob Hassinger,
Aye.
Bob Carroll,
Aye.
and Dave Robbins votes aye. Motion carried unanimously. I can comfortably forward the report to Cindy tomorrow morning. And our next agenda item is to review and approve previous meeting minutes, which, unless I miss something, Alan has not yet circulated the draft minutes from our last meeting. So we'll just postpone that.
Yeah, all I
to-
saw that was you had sent the agenda and the annual report, right? I didn't see anything else that got forwarded along.
Yep,
Same.
no, so I didn't, I've been known to miss seeing an email that I actually got, but. Okay, so with that being done,
Just
Bob,
um,
asking.
when inquiries are being made about the clickers, that really ought to be directed to the also to the moderator. The moderator is in charge of the integrity of the meeting.
Yes, good point. Good point. We'll make sure to keep that in mind as we follow up on this.
Mhm.
All right, we have no reason for going into
Move we
executive
adjourn.
session.
I think I heard a motion that we adjourn.
Yes.
But I
I heard a
didn't-
motion.
So before we do that, though, I just have one real quick thing. So since we're not approving last month's meeting minutes, does that just roll over to next month's meeting and we would do both sets?
That's most likely what's going to happen.
Thank
We
you.
have 3 meetings to submit. I just found this after I got past the information sent. I found the page where it explains all those rules. And the expectation is 3 meetings or 3 months, I think it is, whichever is greater. I can remember boards of selectmen going years.
Yes,
Well, there were some difficulties, I think, with the person who was supposed to be preparing the minutes.
yes. So I see Nancy's hand raised.
Yeah.
Before we actually entertain the motion to adjourn.
I'm sorry, just real quick. This committee doesn't have any meetings minutes posted on the new website since July, FYI. So I don't know if you're talking a few months back or if it's a website difficulty, but I was looking for specific meeting minutes online and they are not available.
Yes, I think there was some, I don't know what to call it, but we had some sort of a glitch with posting meeting minutes where I think most of the meeting minutes from last year were sent to the town clerk's office, and somehow between whatever they do internally and the transition to the new website, I think some meeting minutes got lost somehow.
Definitely. It is not just your board. I'm just letting you know that your board specifically, the meeting minutes end in July 2022 that are
Yep.
available to see online. That's all. I just wanted to let you know since you
Yep.
brought it up. Thank you.
Yep, no, on that topic, I know I had to resend. Yeah, I was doing the minutes up through July and then Alan is doing them after July. So the ones I did up through July, I had to resend them to the clerk's office. And so they are now there. Alan was instructed to resend his. I don't know if he actually did. It looks like maybe he didn't.
So
So
they
Okay,
need
thank
to,
you.
they need to go through the clerk to get posted and updated to the site.
yes. Yep, the minutes are sent, are emailed or hand delivered, however. I think in most cases now they're emailed to the clerk's office. The clerk's office receives them. I think they print them out, stamp them, and then scan them in to put up on the upload to the website.
Okay.
Don't get me started on why that particular process, how I think they ought to be simplified or improved, but
Yeah,
You
so
don't-
I had signed up for the notifications from the website for a whole bunch of stuff, and I see other boards and committees must be uploading them by batch because I keep getting the rolling notices coming in and
Yeah,
the spam cannon that this website is. So
yeah, I know.
There may be a process going on in the background of taking the old minutes that were supposed to be provided to the new site, you know, from within town, whoever it is in town that's supposed to take that.
yeah,
Don't
I
think
think
the vendor is doing it.
that's exactly what, because these are old, Bob. They're like from 2021, 2022. So I think they're
Yeah.
just a mass update going on.
Yeah, as I recall from some of the discussions, there was a cost factor that
Hmm,
we paid Civic Plus to transfer a certain quantity of material from the old website to the new site. And the rest of it is dependent upon, town staff to upload stuff that we weren't willing to pay Civic Plus to automatically transfer.
Okay.
I don't know that I would, well, cost sometimes is a reality that we have to deal with, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I assume that the clerk has paper filed away so as to be able to satisfy a freedom of information request.
One would think.
One would hope. I don't know whether one would think.
Well, let's get back to there. I believe I heard a motion
You
to
did.
adjourn made. I didn't hear a second.
I thought Amar seconded.
Seconded.
Okay.
There,
Now it's not
I may
debatable.
just not have heard it, but
Yeah. No, he didn't. No, now it's not debatable. We have to stop talking.
yes, there is a motion on the floor to adjourn the meeting. As Bob points out, it is not debatable, so I will just put it to a vote. Amar,
Aye.
Bob H, Bob C,
I
and Dave votes aye. Motion carried unanimously. We are adjourned.